Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. The first days of the week, GGG released a couple patches and hotfixes for some of the things that were going on in the Talisman League. As you can see, first patch had a couple fixes and one of the effects of the Talisman that was reduced in damage because it was really strong. Again, second patch, more fixes. Another Talisman which was nerfed because the explosion from the dead-end Talismans was really strong. Also, the Rogue Exile, which used the Kinetic Blast, has been hopefully nerfed to a decent point. I actually met him before the nerf, and goddamn, it was absolutely strong. So hopefully now it's more in line with the game, so you can actually fight him instead of just dying over and over. And a couple of hotfixes were also released, fixing some instance crashing and fixing a couple bugs. One on Abyssal Cry, which basically exploded on your minions when they expired instead of when they died. So a couple streamers and I'm sure other players died to this. When their Summon Raging Spirits were off, basically, and the Abyssal Cry exploded, deleting the character. So yeah, this is now fixed, and it seems like GGG learned from their previous leagues that they actually need to patch these things as quickly as possible before they lose too many players. And then we got a Talisman and Poison question and answers. So here are a lot of answers to some of the most asked questions, I guess, about the talismans. For example, how is a talisman's level determined? So you get it from a monster, it's the same level of the area. If the monster is a magic, you get +1. If the monster is a rare, you get a +2. That's the usual drops. And then when you put 5 in the stone circles, it counts the first talisman once, the 3 in the middle 2 times, and the highest level talisman is counted 3 times. So if you do a little bit of math, which is not that hard, you can discover which item level are the talismans going to come out as. So you can actually improve the levels of some of your talismans by doing some math and using the right talisman. So that's actually pretty interesting. What levels are the monsters summoned from the stone circles? This is still reliant on the item level of the talismans, same as the talisman that is going to come out. Does the level of the area when I use the stone circle matter? Not really, unless you are using really low talismans in a high map. This will cause monsters to be of the level of the map, but the talisman will still be on a lower level, so there's really no point in doing that. And there's also a lot of other questions. Those are kind of interesting if you feel like you don't really know exactly how this thing works. You might want to read it out. Also, there's a part over here on the new support Poison gem, which is not as clear as I think it should be. Poison itself is not really that clear now that it's a new mechanic, and it's actually a mechanic in and of itself. It's not just something you get in addition to something else you're doing like it was previously. Now Poison is it's a bit more complicated than it used to be, and if you want to understand a bit more about it, check this question out. Also, Alienware has generously given some prizes. There are 4 Alienwares which are going to be given as a prize for the Talisman Leagues. It works that anyone who kills Rigwal in the new challenge leagues is eligible to win one. And there's going to be 2 players in the softcore version and 2 players in the hardcore version of Talismans. You will enter a raffle. It's gonna be probably at the end. Well, obviously it's gonna be after the league is ended, so it doesn't matter the level of Rigwald, you just need to kill it. I don't even know if you have to kill it yourself. It might just be in the party of someone who kills it, so you might even be able to buy this. Doesn't really matter. There are also some stash bundles So really cool stuff by Alienware, continuing to sponsor GGG and Path of Exile. And then GGG released some mystery boxes, which includes some exclusive microtransactions for your hideout, and some armor which are going to be available to everyone else to buy just normally. However, what interests us here is the new Winterard Gold Amulet. Since it's a gold amulet, it has increased variety of items found as an implicit, and then it has cold damage added to spells and attacks, flat armor, increased cold damage per block chance, increased mana per spell block chance, and a lot of increased armor while chilled or frozen. So this is definitely a wintry spell or physical cold attacks, mostly wand or dagger and a shield to utilize the block chance and spell block chance, even though it might not be that much, but I'm sure someone will find good ways to use it, probably not even just cold related. So, and this is going to be the new reward for the next race season, which is going to be called clearly Winterard race season, taking the name from the unique. Next, the 2.1.1 patch notes have been released, and along with some FT microtransaction right there. However, the patch was 1 GB larger than it needed to be. I'm sure everyone noticed that, or most players noticed that when updating. This was due to a mistake in the build process, which exported a lot of art unnecessarily. It probably won't happen again, but yeah, that's what happened. That's why your patch was so big, if you actually wondered that. And then here we come to the patch notes. There's been one new tier 1 talisman added, which is Mandible Talisman. It has increased cast speed and attack speed, pretty nice. There are a couple quality of life features, really good ones. For example, you can Ctrl-click talismans into the stone circles, which is really nice. And talismans also display their tier as part of their item information, so that's also really good, especially if you just cobble all the talismans you get randomly in your stashes. There are also more things. For example, the chances of stone circles have been increased, chances of finding them, of them spawning in a map. So there are a couple places where there is actually 100% chance to spawn them in. The Wences Forest, the Hedge Maze, and Dried Lake. So there are also other places with less chances, but most important, the Dread Thicket is now always 50%. A couple more balance there, and a lot more fix over here. So patch overall is pretty good, and that's just for the first week of the talisman. So we can expect more things to come. And also, I'm guessing we can expect more Ascendancy stuff coming out. Maybe not very soon, but within a month, I guess it's going to start. So, I think it was all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So, that was all. I've been your host, Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.